Hey guys, welcome back. So I hope you've all been well and making some tasty beats at home. I thought I'd do a synth recipe for a synth that I heard back in 2015 on a Denis Sulta track and absolutely loved, and that got me into kind of making music and kind of DJing or whatever. And then I've heard it relatively recently as almost, I think I heard it in a track last month, so it's still kind of a popular sound. And that is the Denis Sulta Nein Fortiate, I think is how you pronounce the track, something like that. It's the synth in that, the main synth in that. I suspect it was made in Massive, but as I make all of my stuff in Ableton and I'm kind of trying to show you how to do it natively rather than using plugins, I thought I would show you how to do that today. Yeah, it's an interesting one because it kind of needs to have Portamento, but also have two different oscillators. So you'll see my kind of workaround once we get into the video, which we'll do now. For our workaround, we're going to open operator. For the first instance, let's make it a square wave. Square D should work just fine. Now let's make the envelope nice and plucky. Bring the sustain completely down and the decay to around 1.3 seconds. Now let's add a little extra punch with the LFO. Let's up the attack to 1 millisecond and bring the sustain right down, increasing the decay to around 700 milliseconds with the release down to 20 milliseconds. Now finally bring the amount down to 15%. Now for the main characteristic of the synth, adding the glide. No need to change the time. Now with the filter, bring the frequency up fully and increase the resonance to about 50%. Perfect. Now for the other oscillator, which is pitched up an octave and a fifth, or 19 semitones. Let's group our first synth instance of operator and then duplicate it. For the second one, we just need to change the wave to a saw wave. Let's select saw 64 and then increase the pitch by 19 semitones. Nice. And that's what they sound like together. Now for the effects, I'll add an auto filter and bring it back a bit, increasing the resonance. This can be automated throughout your track to add more variation and character. Next, the chorus. You won't have to edit anything, the preset chorus is what we want. Finally, for the Sulta synth style anyway, you'll need a large reverb. Now I've not found a perfect copy in Ableton, as I think the sound uses algorithmic reverb, but I'd imagine Valhalla's room reverb would work. I did, however, use Valhalla's free reverb, Supermassive, with some decent results. As you can see, the preset I ended up using was the Final Frontier. I also used a bit of the basic reverb in Ableton, and dialed both in until I was happy. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed my little workaround to get that to work. I think it sounds pretty close to the original. Obviously it's not like perfect. I'm sure they used a different synth. But yeah, I hope that gives you some inspiration on maybe ways you can create your own synths using this kind of technique, layering 2 or 3 synths on top of each other with different kind of octaves and, you know, an octave and a fifth or octave and a ninth or a seventh. Might be able to create some cool stuff. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps the channel out. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.